Senator, thanks very much for being with us. Tell me, there was controversy. A number of your colleagues, 8 or more senators, did not attend. Why did you decide to attend?
Well, I think the relationship with Israel certainly merits that I go and listen. So I decided to do that. No question, it was a very powerful speech. And I thought very smartly done. And it was able to get all of the passions going very strongly. Where it was weak is how to actually solve the problem, how to actually prevent Iran from achieving a nuclear weapon. And right now, this is the only game in town. And the Prime Minister really didn't come up with any solutions. I agree very much with what Jeffrey Goldberg and Martin Indyk had to say about it. And I had hoped that he would say what was a better deal. I'd hoped he would say, look, we don't like a 10-year agreement, but from Israel's point of view, a 15 or 20-year agreement would be much better. And the one-year breakout might be X. But he didn't do any of that. So he made a profound, passionate speech against any agreement. But this isn't just the United States in this. This is all of the big powers. What if the big powers agree and the United States doesn't? What if there is no agreement? What does he believe Iran will do, and what will Israel do? And what then would Israel expect us to do? Say any of those things. So it was clearly designed without knowing the bottom line of what is, and I don't believe anyone knows the bottom line of exactly what the agreement is going to comprise. Without knowing any of this, he made the conclusion that it was a bad deal, virtually no matter what. And I'm not there yet. I think we need to see what is achieved. I think we need to hear the attitude of Iran. He is right about Iran changing its behavior. The question comes, can a good, solid agreement accomplish a major change of behavior with Iran? He would say no. So let's wait and see what the agreement is and make up our own mind.
The Prime Minister has made it clear that he believes that this is a bad deal and that other options, though, are better options. Is there a military option? Is there an option to go back for more sanctions, given how hard it was to get the rest of the world to agree to sanctions in the first place?
Well, that's exactly right. If Russia, China, UK, Germany, and France would agree to go ahead with this. Remember, this was begun by the European Commission. If they were to agree to go ahead with it, they could well say, and we will reduce sanctions. That would leave the United States totally out. Supposing there's enough that the Prime Minister said that could break up a deal. What replaces it? The only replacement I can think of is a military replacement. And that would be tragic because it would escalate, there would be major loss of life, and it very well might not accomplish the purpose.
Do you worry, though, that the President and John Kerry, all of their other foreign policy challenges, are rushing too quickly or are too eager for this deal?
No, I don't think they are. This has gone on for a long time. If it wasn't right and they thought they could make it right, I'm sure they would ask for an extension. Right now, it's March 24th. And you see, this is another thing. The timing of it is such that it's a very sensitive time. So it can explode a possible deal, or maybe it's helpful. I don't know. But the words were strong. It was carefully considered. The Prime Minister pulled on every heartstring that certainly any person who's Jewish has in them, understanding the history, understanding what's at stake, understanding what annihilation and terror is like. Everybody feels, at least that I know, that way. The question is, can this work? He says it can't. I say I don't know. I haven't heard the final terms, and I think I know as much about it as anyone in the Senate, being on intelligence and going to all of the classified briefings. I don't know what the final numbers are. Now, maybe the Prime Minister does. I don't quite know how, because I think there's some things that haven't been finally decided. So we'll have to see.
Senator, he has said that he owes it to the Jewish people and certainly to the people of Israel to fight this agreement, which he says is a bad deal. Does he speak for you?
No, he doesn't speak for me in that regard. And he didn't. If he were trying to bring me to his case, why didn't he say what could be done instead? Why couldn't he give us a number of years that he would consider a good deal to be? Not 10 years. Was it 15 years? Is it 20 years? What is it? He didn't like the breakout period. It's my understanding that whatever the breakout period is, it's very carefully calculated based on the nuclear assets that would be permitted to function. Now, if they want to change that balance, why didn't he speak about what would be an acceptable balance? He called it a bad deal. But he didn't say what would be a good deal, and he didn't say what would be an alternative. Is he saying war would be a better deal? Is he saying Israel attacking Iran would be a better deal, that Israel could guarantee that it would put Iran's nuclear possibilities out of the question? No, he didn't say that. And he didn't say what would be expected of the major ally of Israel, which is clearly the United States of America, should do either. So it got all the juices and passions going. But when you look back at it and you say, well, what are they recommending? What do they think would solve the problem? There was no answer.
Senator Dianne Feinstein, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.